Okay, recording time. Not this one. So, recently I've seen like a lot of videos that are like, Osu content is dying, Osu content needs your help, make more Osu videos and stuff. And you know, in general, like for I don't know 2 or 3 years, people have been saying this game is dying or whatever, it's already dead. And I've never understood that, because what do you mean the game is dead? When people say a game is dead, you know, usually like you can say Titanfall 2 is dead, and yeah, it's hard to find a game. You can say Black Ops 2 is dead. You can't find a game, and there's many cheaters. Or you can say, I mean, people said Overwatch died, but I don't think Overwatch has ever been dead. It's been I think it's fucking sucked for a while, but it's not dead. And so what do you mean Osu is dead? There's getting more maps ranked than ever. There's more maps to play than ever. There's more players than ever. More competition than ever. Like, what is that about the game? More features than ever. Like the best PP system than like ever. What is that about the game? I guess people, you know, to me it just seems like, oh well, I mean, maybe people got bored and that's why they think it dies. What was the content back then? Well, it was guides and plays. No, isn't that not just everything? Also was like guides, play. Oh yeah, and documentaries, of course. But there's a lot of people that do like the Brahmaster clone videos. Like what's his name? The Launch, the guy with default profile picture on YouTube. That and like someone else, I forgot who. I think his name starts with S. My bad. So this documentary still exists, and the guides are still up. Even new guides coming out, like the Cypher thingy. I wouldn't call mine thing guides. Mine are more like mine are more like mentality shit. It's more like how to think. I don't think mine are considered guides, but that exists. Then people just talking generally about the game exists. So what do you mean also content is dying? I don't think the content is dying. I think you just stopped having fun with the content that already exists, because the content wasn't that good to begin with. And so now we can ask, okay, why has it not been that good to begin with? And well, the answer would be, well, Osu isn't a game to make content about. So you see, there's different types of games which you can see, which have like different ways of being experienced. This is easily visible by going on Twitch and looking what game has players, because Overwatch 2 has so many Twitch viewers, like so many, but also like so many players, of course. So you know, keep that in mind. Then TF2 has like a lot of players. I wouldn't say anywhere close to that. Probably like 200 times less, but still around like the 10,000 player mark. I'm talking about TF2 because I started playing it recently and it's pretty fun. And now there's so much, like there's so many videos on TF2. It's awesome to see like a new game where there's like new videos I can watch about it. And then like you compare that to like Overwatch videos fucking suck. There's nothing to talk about except like how to get better or like complaining about Overwatch. Not really anything else. There's nothing else besides educational and like complaining shit. But then you go on Twitch and you see so many people watch Overwatch and no one watched Team Fortress 2. And so that is like because there's two different types of game experiences. Overwatch is more about the goal, okay? There's a goal to be had, there is a thing to be achieved, there's the win. Every single game is like a micro arc, and it's like a micro story arc. Like the game starts and then it concludes by one side winning, one side losing. In Team Fortress 2, yes, you can say there's one team winning, one team losing, but the experience of Team Fortress 2 has nothing to do with winning or losing. No one cares, okay? There's competitive Team Fortress 2, but no one cares, okay? There's like almost no players in competitive and comp TF2, as far as I know. When you're playing a public game, the fun comes from the interactions in game. There is no fun like from the, oh, I won. Like no one is tryharding this. No one is like IGLing TF2. That would be silly. No one is doing that. The game is not that serious. Okay, there's no storyline to be had, to be followed. It is entertaining to watch. The peak example of this would of course be Fortnite. You know, all the battle royale games really. With Fortnite, it was the perfect game of, oh, there's a story act to be had, 100 players, only one can win. You know, I've gotta get through clutch moments. Every game is different, and then there's also downtime in between the fights where you can talk to chat and be entertaining otherwise. So it's like the perfect example. And then what would be the opposite, like the least perfect example, like the worst example, like to, you know, undermine my point, which that would be probably something like kovaaks, right? Like what I'm doing here. You can't make interesting videos about this that are not guides. You can only make guides about this. There's, what else are you gonna talk about? Nothing really, right? So now we get to Osu. You think Osu is dying, but Osu is not dying. It's never been alive. You think Osu is something that has never been in the first place. It's never been something that is supposed to be alive or dead, that is supposed to have content be made about it. There's no point. There is no mini story arc every time. There's like no plot line to follow. There's no interesting things that happen in Osu. Like tournaments is the closest we'll get, but even tournaments are not that exciting because most tournaments are extremely one-sided. It only gets exciting in like the grand finals and finals. But even then, this only happens in like the biggest of tournaments where people try. In all the 3-digit and 4-digit and 5-digit and 6-digit tournaments, it's never actual people that play against each other. It's just D-rankers. It's only D-rankers that are playing those. And then, of course, well, guess I gotta wait until it's the grand finals so I can see the 2D rankers actually like weed out everyone that's not D ranking, and it's extremely fucking boring. And I've been saying this for a long time, since probably 2021, and I've only been playing for like a year at that point back then, that D ranking literally kills the game. Because the only entertaining part is tournaments, and you are making the tournaments be not competitive. No one is ever taking Osu tournaments seriously if it's full of people that are just like smurfing. There's no point. There's no point. So that's why no one really cares about tournaments. Like we have courses, then the World Cup, and I don't know. I don't even know any other cups. This is the only two I know. Yeah, so what are you gonna watch? The things that are happening twice a year? Like the World Cup once a year, courses once a year, and then what? There's nothing else. So like 2 events a year, and then I guess the round table. You know, BTMC's been doing good because that is actual content. Though I don't know about the whole like I don't know what to call it, like the friend slop content. You know, like, oh look, we have friends and we're hanging out and we're having a fun time. It's a bit parasocial, not my style, but you know, I get why people would like it. It's content. It is content. You see your people. It's like anime crossover. Well, all my favorite characters are here. Holy shit, right? I get that. So I'm not blaming that. I think that's cool. Just not mine. You know. I don't like it too much. But then okay. So what else can you do about Osu? So you can't make like storylines. So you gotta have more high quality shit, right? Like now go back to TF2 and Overwatch example, okay? Overwatch, you can make a lot of like lower quality videos, like low quality videos of just you talking to the camera or to the live stream, or reviewing some fucking guy or coaching him, or like explaining map theory or this and that, you know, all those things. But what else can you talk about in Overwatch? Well, not really. And then also is like kind of the opposite. Well, you can't really, you can't make no, not the opposite, more like something similar but not quite. Anyway, so no, so you can't make videos about some like game performance, like, oh, I clutched up. There is no clutches in Overwatch, in Osu. Osu is pure skill, and like skill wins 99% of the time. There's like almost no luck to be had. So nothing like that will ever happen. No clutch wins will ever happen. Reverse sweeps in tournaments are the only thing that could happen, but they are so unlikely due to how like tournaments work. So yeah, can't have that happen. So okay, what does TF2 do? TF2 has videos that are talking about specific like weapon classes or how to play a specific character. So like the guides things, and like the there's also the like spy mains type shit where they like talk about the stereotypical spy main, you know, that kind of like funny haha video. Otherwise you can talk about game design, you know, why TF2 is like the most best game ever. It's like, whoa, look how smart they were with the medic to make him the most important class, and whoa, we made healing fun because now you get to like, ooh, you get to give people god mode, whoa, crazy shit, right? You can talk about that, and well, you can do the same with Osu, but not really, because well, there wasn't really a game design to be had, since you know this isn't Peppy's game. Peppy didn't invent Osu, just improved upon it. So can't really talk about that either. You could talk about the PP system, which I think is cool. How that works, I guess. So the technical aspect of how the game actually functions, sure. How you code projects for the game, because you can code a lot of shit to help with Osu, right? People do that, so you can talk about that, sure. But not really much of a coding audience in Osu, is there? So okay, that's gonna be difficult. I mean, maybe you're like the next code bullet, and you're like, well, I'm really good. I'm fucking goated at making programs. I'm goated at making them entertaining to watch. Watch me coding. So well, it's some crazy shit, right? You can maybe do that. So I could see that happening. So you know, I could see that happening, but difficult. One, coding not very common. So you have to be entertaining. Being a coder and entertaining, even less common. Coder, entertaining, and Osu player, even less common. So probably no one like this in our community. If you are like this, you know, you should make Osu videos, because you will be cool. I've seen some of them being talking about how they made the program, but they were not entertaining. They didn't have the sauce in them. Okay, and you know, you don't have to have the sauce. It's just I won't watch it, and other people won't watch it, which is sad. But you keep doing it, you'll improve it. So you know, might be well for you to do that. Okay, and then. Alright, next thing, what could we talk about? Well, the documentaries, and people are already doing them, and they are having, you know, people do watch them, a decent amount. Like, you could say, well, the numbers are bad, it's only like a few thousand views, but compare that to every other OC video. There's no OC videos except replays that are getting more than that. Only like old videos and like replays, like the CPOL uploads get more views than that. Like even some like white cat most popular videos don't even have 1 million views, which is kind of crazy. People don't watch Osu because Osu is not exciting to watch. Like it's impressive to watch, you know, but it's not exciting. If you're watching an FC replay, then you know what's gonna be an FC. There's no storyline. That's why whenever like something crazy happens, like when Emmerich FC'd that one new Dimitori to 20 BPM with Hard Rock, and there was like this one crazy clutch where he was like mistapping or some shit on a stream, and then he overstreamed the stream and like somehow managed to recover, which was crazy because it was like spaced and wiggles and shit. So that was crazy, you know, people remember that. Or the one time when Ruruchi like went past a note and then went back to hit the note again, where it was like, what? How did he do that? You know, that was crazy. People remember that. But shit like this doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. Like, it's so unlikely to ever happen. So you can't, you know, you can't talk about that. Documentaries, well, yeah, I guess you can talk about player improvement, but at some point you've heard it. At some point, there's only so many different players you can cover before you keep repeating yourself. Well, he found Osu from a friend, from school, from a YouTube video, see a Counter-Strike tutorial, a League of Legends, like mechanics guide, whatever, like the music, just heard about that from a friend. I've already said that. Okay, so we got that, and then well, he started playing immediately. Okay, so then he only played a few times for a few years before it actually locked in. Okay, yeah, sure. Or like he wanted to play, but something was stopping him. Okay, sure, but again, only so many things you can talk about, and then you can talk about his playstyle. And well, I mean, some prodigies exist that are like good at streaming even back then. I mean, nowadays it's more common because booting and shit makes everything more accessible, which is cool. But what I remember is Andros. You know, Andros was like. He didn't have a 200 pp yet, but he passed Uta, which is like, whoa, that's cool. So he could stream back then even. And then otherwise it's, well, he wasn't aim one trick. And then because he wasn't aim one trick, well, you can't farm aim with no more than Hard Rock to a high level. So I guess I'll play DT. So he was a DT one trick. Okay. And then he either stays a DT one trick or he doesn't. Okay. And that's that. Okay, so we got that covered. So that's all the possible options of how that works. I mean, after that, of course, you can be like, well, and now he learns streams, and now he's a speed player, now he's Shima, and well, he's so cool, wow, he single tab, well, he alternate, whatever playstyle, like, there's only so many playstyles you can cover, there's only so many fun facts you can cover, only so many histories, until it's all the same. It's all the same, you know. Even on Rama style videos, I started noticing it on like his last few uploads. So like I felt this before, but you know, it's also, you know, I'll watch it while getting out of bed and like taking a shower or taking a shit or eating food. You know, well, it's Osu, but me, even at that point, eventually just stopped watching them because I've heard it before. I've heard it before. Okay, I know everything about them now. Every new player that's getting covered is less and less relevant, so I care less and less about them, and they're less and less like original because they, you know, everyone does the same shit, like basically slight differences on how they started. So documentaries are kind of gone, you know, so can't make documentaries, can't talk about like crazy moments, clutches, or like, you know, the storyline videos. Okay, so then what is the next thing you can do? Well, it's guides and educational content and like the general discussion about PP system and like the game, and those are the videos that are getting watched nowadays, I'm pretty sure. Like the Osu drama shit, I personally fucking despise Osu drama because this is not like, you know, WestJet covering some random streamer no one cares about. There's like actual people getting like their fucking things exposed to like everyone else, which is extremely weird to me. I don't understand that. And you know, I mean, some of them are like no one actually cares. Like, oh, random guy no one heard of is cheating. Well, I thought he was legit. Okay, sure. Then yeah, people watch that. And the mapping drama, you know, mapping drama is the biggest fucking this shit's entertaining because I don't think anyone really cares about that much. Some mappers do care, but also some mappers just don't care and like low-key rage bait. And I have a friend, I'm not gonna name him. You know, he's like a low-key rage baiter. He's goated and he's a mapper. You know, this shit is goated. I love him. It's really funny, and all the mapping drama is really funny because we really be talking about circles here. Okay, it's not that serious, but you know, it keeps happening. It keeps happening. Whoa, this being the that and that. Well, I'm sorry for the people that didn't have the experience ruined. Like I don't know who it was, Broiak or some shit, where they don't like how, you know, the how aim slop is now like the same shit apparently, and people were like, well, Broiak, the farm slop guy, complaining about even more better farm. And no, I completely understand Broiak. I love Broiak. He's like one of my favorite mappers because he's not primarily a farm mapper. His maps are very farm, but primarily he just maps clean and simple maps, clean and simple jump maps and shit. It's not made to be 100% farm. It just ended up the farm and simple clean jump maps are very, very similar. Like they have a big overlap. And you know, I miss Broiak maps. He's cool. Good thing his old maps still exist, but yeah, so I mean, that makes me a bit sad because I liked his maps a lot. And you know, he's a bit, you know, because I like his maps, I like care about him a little bit because if he's cool, you know, if he's chill, then it means more maps that I like. Okay, and he doesn't like it, and he gets pissed off at the community and leaves the community. It's like, well, unfortunate, you know. And then, well, so okay, yeah, we have the drama shit and we have the general discussions, and those are getting watched, so we got that. And then what's next? Well, I guess the history about yourself, like my Osu journey kind of things, but those are not really that interesting. I found that most people that do that either like top 50 or like, okay, I'm gonna sound maybe a bit out of touch, but like bad at the game, as in like 5 digits. Okay, yeah, I'm a washed up 4 digit. Okay, yeah, I'm a washed up 4 digit. To talking about 5 digits. Well, there's the fucking 3 digits looking down on me. Okay, it's hierarchical, hierarchical, whatever. You know, there's a bit of racism going on, a bit of rankism going on. You know, that's how it is. But it's just not entertaining to watch someone progress slower than me. But it's also not entertaining to watch someone like be basically a prodigy in the same aspect. So hey, should I make a one? No, I don't think that's interesting if I make one either. My history is pretty boring. Improved fast and then stagnated. Whatever. I mean, I guess I have kind of some like. Okay, I don't want to talk about myself here, so I'm gonna stop here. So we can do that, and people do make those videos, and I think some of them are getting watched, but not a lot at all. Alright, so we got documentaries, the storyline shit, the general discussion and drama. What's next? Well, guides, and guides happen and people watch guides, because if you figured it out by now, you would notice that the only thing that's entertaining about Osu to experience is to get better at the game and play the game. And now guides would help you with that, okay? That actually helps you with your goal of what you're trying to achieve in the game. Have fun by being good, right? I mean, there's also having fun by having music, but if you're sorry, I mean, there's also just having your fun by playing songs you like and listening to the music. But if that's your, if that's your goal, then there is simply no content for you, because you're basically not interacting with the game besides, playing songs. And at that point, you're better off listening to like music content, I guess. And so that means, well, guides can be made and people do care about them and watch them, and that would be true if you look historically, and even now guides tend to be watched a lot and also often, like, repeatedly. Well, I don't know about other people, but back then I used to like watch guides back to back to back to back, just like watch them on repeat, especially the Ryuk speed guide, even though it's not really that much of a speed guide, if I'm gonna be honest. I think he dropped the ball on that one. He fumbled it a bit. And that was like a video about, it's like 2 hours of Itki rambling about improvement. I would keep that in the background as well, and I would just listen to that while like grinding my tapping, which was a waste of time, but so I would do that, and like the Brahmaster L video on improvement I watched, even though I knew it was bad even back then. Okay, crazy shit. We got guides, we can make guides and general educational shit, like the, what was it? Four digits, like the guy's like 4 digits Osu player or something. It's like his name on YouTube, I forgot. He's like a stream player and like American with an American accent, like very much. He sounds very American, and he plays stream maps, and he made like a video on the roll the dice stream map. The I don't know what it's called, the 200 BPM one, I think. Like, well, easiest 500 in the game, easiest 600 in the game. All right, sure. And he's been getting a lot more views, I've seen. It's like making Osu coaching videos. I mean, I personally think his Osu coaching videos, generally they, I started rage watching them, and then I started getting past myself because I have no enemies, so I stopped rage watching them. But it genuinely pisses me off. I hate his videos so much. But the people watch them, so you go for it, bro. Go for it. Gotta get the bag somehow. And then, okay, now this one is objectively like more annoying. He sells his coaching on Fiverr, which is cringe. Cringe if nothing else. I wouldn't say it's scummy. I mean, people know what they're signing up for, and it's generally well known that Osu coaching doesn't really work. But it's just cringe. Like, you're pretending to be something you're not, bro. This game is not that deep, or kind of cringe if you ask me. And then, stream players in general, kind of cringe. I'm not gonna lie, streams are kind of fucking boring. I can't lie, I wanna fucking fall asleep every time I play a stream map. Well, whatever. So those videos exist, and yeah, people watch them. Whoa, that's crazy. Now, let's wrap it up again, like a little bit. So we have, I'm not gonna repeat that, but we have all that shit. We have all that shit which no one watches, and guides which some people watch, and like the general discussion videos which some people watch. So let's talk about the meta thing, right? What about this video? I guess this would go into somewhere in between like general discussion and guides, like, oh well, more like my other videos, because I like teaching people, or like preaching about seeing the game as not that deep, seeing the game as the thing I'm doing right now, bro. Kovaaks, I love Kovaaks, I love Kovaaks, I love Kovaaks. Like, it's an aim trainer, okay? Also for me, it's an aim trainer. But every time I say that, people have the knee-jerk reaction of, oh, so it's not aim trainer 2D, 3D. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about the way you approach both of these games. They are the exact same thing. You have scenarios / maps that you play, and you get high scores on them, and you have a rank on them, and blah 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 blah. And then Kovacs, you have benchmarks, and then also you have the PP system, and it's the same shit, okay? It's the same shit. There's no content in Kovacs besides the exact same things as in Osu. But even in Kovacs, people have more to talk about because people actually see it as a like as just a trainer and like something that can be methodically improved. While also people just see as a just play more or like just talent or genetic more, which is whatever. Sure, if you think that, I don't think that at all. So, but there's so many of there's like so many people have that opinion that it just kind of sucks to talk about it in any other way. The general discussion about that is pretty dry and one-sided, where some people just don't want to like know that or like listen to that or just disagree very heavily. So no one makes videos about like the methodical aspect to approach things, which I honestly think is kind of good, because all the guides that were trying to do that are horrible, because I don't think anyone actually understands how improvement works in this game. It's this most simple thing, but no one understands it and can put it into words. Everyone that understands it can't put it into words because they do it intuitively, and everyone that doesn't do it intuitively somehow never managed to figure out how to do it properly. I don't know, maybe I'm okay, I'm gonna talk about myself here, but maybe I'm fucking retarded, okay, maybe I'm delusional, maybe I am narcissistic, but how is there no one that knows how to improve at this game better than me? How? I'm a fucking dumbass, but somehow no one knows how to improve at this game better than me. Some people like can like understand how to do it, like they feel it, but some people know how to do it better than me, but they don't understand how to do it better than me. No one can put it into words, no one can talk about it, no one can teach it. Like, look at how Emmerich like tries to coach Glazes, and it's like, have you, I don't know, what did he even say? I don't know, he just made him play a bit and just watched him play. Like, it's like, you miss aiming, or like your aim is good. Like, bro, are you coaching or are you like watching? Like, people that make coaching videos, it's not coaching if you're just commentating on what he's doing and what he's missing. Or like, bruh, I don't need a coach to tell me that I'm missing. I can tell by the giant fucking X in the middle of my screen and the fucking and the like the DJ scratch sound with my combo break. Like, bruh, where's the coaching aspect, bro? Why are you gonna tell me how to fix it? And then it's like, well, get better at the thing you're bad at. Like, whoa, sheesh, bro. Okay. Bro, okay, I might have got a bit okay, a slight rant out the way, slight crash out, I guess. Slight crash out. Oh, where was I? Oh yeah, improving. So yeah, no, play this game like kovaaks. How do you play kovaaks? You have your thingies, okay? You have your thingies of like shit you wanna do, like specific skill or whatever, and you take a scenario that's kind of difficult and you just keep trying it until you get a score that you can't beat. Like, you know, the thing I'm doing right now, you gotta be a bit mentally insane for that sometimes, okay? Like, people call me mentally insane for being able to retry this for an hour straight without finishing a single run. But, you know, I like it, it's fun, because I like doing hard things, and it pisses me off when I can't do them perfectly. So I just keep doing this. Of course, in Osu, you can't do the exact same thing, because in Osu, shit, it's not exactly random. It doesn't matter if I retry here or not, because everything is random. There's no like difficulty patterns, nothing is fixed, and also there is stuff fixed, and if you retry shit, you might get bad habits, you might, you know, retry the beginning, and then you might get used to playing the beginning wrong or whatever, and like used to getting nerfs because you retry and like you never actually finish the map, so you don't ever have the experience of like hitting the hard part without nerfs. So how are you gonna do it with nerfs if you've never even done it without nerfs? Okay. But again, this getting a bit too much, like too technical into also improvement, and there's stuff to talk about that here, but I don't think anyone really understands. Like, the best advice I've heard is when people talk about don't tense up and stuff, but then they follow it up with the advice of like take a break and stretch when you have when you experience hand pain. And should I go into this topic here? Should I go into? Sure, I'll briefly mention it. I think that's fucking horrible advice, because that makes them think like, oh, I did nothing wrong, it just means I have to take a break. No. If you are experiencing genuine hand pain from playing circle clicking game, then you are doing something very wrong. It's a circle clicking game, you're not lifting 100 kilos on the fucking bench press, okay? How is your hand hurting? You're literally moving your index and middle finger and your hand is in pain. Do you not see the problem? Stretches aren't gonna fix that. The way you use your hands is gonna fix that. You need to change how you play. which is 99% of the time. Why the fuck are you using so much tension for everything? Okay, you don't wanna use that much tension. It's bad. It's bad for your hands, it's bad for your performance, it's bad for your improvement. So don't do that, okay? If you have hand pain, and like that's a like regular occurrence for you, but like, well, got hand pain and you think I can't play that much, I need to do stretches and take breaks, then okay, just try playing the game with no tension. Okay, go back to like whatever 4-star, 5-star, I don't know what's callable. If you FC 4-star, go back to 2 stars or 3 stars and just FC them with literally zero tension. Okay, not literally zero tension, but, no tension. Like if you think you can't have less tension, use less. You're really bad. Like people are really bad at noticing how much tension they use until they've experienced using less tension, or until someone points it out and then they actually notice it. Even me, like, I do aim training and I have like, I don't know what to do, advice, and someone told me use less tension. I was like, I really don't use tension, and then I realized, oh no, I was using tension, I just never noticed. Like even the slightest amount of tension, I was using it and that was too much. So same thing. And also don't use tension. And I swear I wanted to talk about Osu content. I swear I wanted to talk further. Okay, now the last part. Okay, so what can we actually do? What can we actually do about Osu content? So people say Osu is dying. I disagree. Osu is not dying. Osu is not dead. It's never been alive. It's never been a thing to make content about. You're forcing something that shouldn't be there, which is probably contributing to the decline, in my opinion. Stop forcing it. Good videos come not by forcing it. They come by having good ideas that come to you randomly, not by forcing like the same format of doing this and this for X days, or history of blah blah blah, or how blah, 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 like the shit you've seen other games. So it's like how I managed to blah 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 win the hardest tournament. None of this works. None of this works, and also you can't force it. And if you force it, it's not good. I don't think it's it doesn't like what is it called, reflect good on the game itself. Then people watch that and then they're like, well, this is the best Osu content has, and the content is not good because the format doesn't work in Osu, and then makes people even less hopeful. Maybe that contributes to why people think it's dying, but I digress. Okay. So things I would actually think are cool is, one, general discussion videos. Like I make them, I like those Yapyap videos to listen to in the background. Just talk about what you think about the game, about your philosophy. No matter how bad or good you are, even if you're like a 6-digit, talk about the game, record that, talk about the game, other people will listen to it, and it's like a discussion. Like we're all in a big group chat. There's not that many players, we're all in a big group chat, we're all like sharing our ideas, and we can bounce off of each other, and well, it's so cool. Though don't think it's gonna give you a YouTube career. This shit's not gonna work out. You can't have a career of Osu unless your name is BTMC or you are Emmerich. So that would work, and then next would be the guides or whatever, but that kind of falls in the same category. And I honestly don't want anyone to make guides. No one there to make guides. You all fucking give dog shit advice, okay? Guides make it seem like you have to follow this and that, but you don't know. You think you know, but you don't know. Not only do you not know if you don't know, you also don't know if you know, because you don't know. You only know what you know. The guide's very bad, because no one knows how to do it objectively. Even I don't, that's why I don't do guides. I think I do, so I make like discussion videos, not guide videos. Okay, it would be hypocritical of me to make guides after I say guides should suck and no one should do them. Okay, I know I don't know. So yeah, don't make guides, but make like discussion videos about what you think could help and stuff. One thing I saw is like the Decathlon talking about placebo from perspective of top player or something. I think that was pretty cool, because a lot of people like have the placebo thing of changing skin or whatever, new skin, new area, whatever. We don't care. That and his perspective on that, of how he's been affected and how he's been like placebo crutching so much, and I get it. That shit's kind of interesting. Or experience with learning high AR, not only from someone that like doesn't know how to play high AR and is trying to learn it, like not the I learned the hardest mod combination. Also, I saw a video like that. It's like learning AI 11 or some shit. Which what? Okay. And then I don't actually see people that really know how to play free mod, like the like people that actually have like a ton of free mod in the top place, and it's not like piss low like 4-star free mod. Like actual like AR 11 8-star 9-star aim maps or whatever, speed maps or whatever, hybrid. Even cooler if it was hybrid, but I don't think anyone plays that. How did you learn it? I mean, it's gonna be the same thing. So I don't want you give you a, like discuss. Don't give a documentary of the things you did, because that's just gonna start repeating itself again. Go about how you think about improving it. Not about exactly how to think, but you know, how do you think about high AR? What do people do wrong? What did you do that's like, do you think is different to other people? You know, to talk about things. And what was the last thing? And then the last video type of thing I think you could do is, okay, something I wanted to do, but I dropped it because lazy. I wanted to make a video of how I like learned how to make the coolest aim maps, because I had a aim mapping phase last year and the year before that for half a year. I don't know, like 9 or 10 months of like making aim maps, which was pretty cool, and I learned a bunch of shit and like made cool aim maps and like some of my favorite aim maps. Yes, I mean, wouldn't it be stupid if I made aim maps and wouldn't like to play them? It would be stupid, no? If I make a map and I don't like it, I would change it so I like it, no? Yeah, so I wanted to make a video about that because I had like 2 maps that I think are pretty cool, but nah, not really. Not because it's a bad idea, just because I'm lazy. You know, I could talk about how I made it, because I had a lot of thought going into it, because I'm bad at mapping, and I didn't want to look at mapping guides or whatever, and I didn't want to make aim slop or whatever, and like all that shit. So I was following my own thing, trying to get this thing going. And yeah, you should make videos about that, about how you learn how to map. That would be cool. That would be cool. Like go into how I did this, and that. You know, not talk about your progress again. Not documentaries. Documentary bad. Okay, everyone repeat it after me. Documentary ideas bad. They're boring and repetitive. Okay, good. Okay, good. We talk about the game. Okay, talk about game. Good, because you can talk about the game, because we all think a lot about the game. We don't know how to improve at this game. Okay, none of us know, and none of us really care that much. Okay, so talk about it instead. Instead of making guides, you talk about it. Instead of making documentaries, you talk about it. It's way more interesting this way. You get way more perspective. Don't have to like retention edits. That shit is stupid. We all don't care about that. We all know when you're doing it. I don't know how in other communities, like they don't understand when people are just like doing retention edit farming for like selling some cores. I think it's awesome that no one is trying to sell cores as an OSA yet. That's pretty cool. Good job, guys. I'm proud of everyone. I guess the coaching thing, like that wouldn't count it. I don't count it. Because bias. My bias being, I want this to be true, that no one, that you know, that we have a wholesome community with no one trying to exploit anyone. So I'm just gonna pretend like also coaching being paid doesn't exist. That's my reasoning. It's a good reasoning. I think it makes sense. Pretty flawless and like logic proof. So yeah, discussion video is good. Same thing with like not just mapping, but you know, making skins. I make a lot of skins. I don't know, the last time I made a skin video was like the triple stack thing, and I wanted to make a follow-up. I'm lazy again. Yo, if anyone wants to help me with my videos or like knows how to edit, it would be really cool. I would give you 100% of the fucking YouTube revenue if I even stop monetizing my videos at some point ever. But I haven't been planning on it, but if that makes you edit for me, then yo, hook me up. I'm too lazy to edit. I'm too busy to edit too. I want to do too many things. Yeah, pretty cool. Okay. So we've talked about videos you can make, why people think Ghost is dying, why I think it's not dying, things you can't make, history of like what people have been doing, what people have been watching, and I think it paints a clear picture of also not being a game as in other games. It's not a game with a storyline, it's not a game with an interesting premise where you can make interesting videos about. But it's a game you can talk about a ton. You can talk about passions a ton. In TF2, it's kind of the opposite. You can't talk about TF2 that much, right? In TF2, you have to be a lot more creative, or like make fun videos, like fun montages, or like the guide thingies. Of course, guides work in almost every game. And then you can go into the lore of the game, like talk about the game design, but only a limited amount as well, because the game design is Well, the game design is not expanding. They're not really adding content or anything. There's no tournament scene either. So, but you can talk. Not talk, but like make videos of you learning something new, because you can learn like a new class in a way that's like makes more sense than learning a new skill set in Osu. Because I don't believe in skill sets. I don't believe in skill sets in Osu. So, and I don't think that other people honestly do, since no one actually cares about them, and if anyone asks how to do this, they just tell you to play more of that, which is like, yes, pretty much. So you can't talk about that in Osu. You can talk a lot about the general discussion. So instead of trying to force the Overwatch and League of Legends and Fortnite and Valorant videos, go and talk about the things that work like in games that are similar, like kovaaks. Take inspiration from kovaaks creators. Take inspiration from like I don't know, bro. Take inspiration from podcasters, or maybe, but not really. I don't think podcasts, and also like some people tried that, and I thought they were really boring. So yeah, okay. So that's what you gotta do, right? kovaaks discussion. No tutorials, no guides, no shit. Wait, I gotta log in. I'm getting a high score. Oh, I missed it. That's how it works, bro. You know, I could talk about, oh well, why did I miss? You could say, oh, I choked, but why did I choke? Well, I choked because I started overthinking. I think that's the thing in Osu too, right? It's not the heartbeat or the adrenaline or something that makes you miss, it's the overthinking. You start overthinking and then your mind is occupied and you start misreading and blah 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 blah. And now it's like, well, okay, now there's no new topic to talk about. Okay, I'm just like, good example of what to do and what not to do. I'm just gonna finish this run and then wrap the video. Oopsie doopsie. Well, that was fucking up. That was fucked up. Well, here goes my one run. Pretty bad score. Overfought a lot, but I was doing well. Good warm up. So I'm gonna go play my Immortal Rank Up game, guys. Yeah, talk video. I love talk videos. I'm gonna add background music to it, and that's that. And that's my video. Low effort, but there's no high effort to be made in Osu. Really, edits. You can't really make edits. The game is static. You can't blah, 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 you can't do this, that, but you can make talk, and talk is the best thing, and talk isn't high quality. Talk is low barrier to entry and low like skill ceiling, I guess. And the only thing that really influences the quality of the videos is what you talk about and how you talk about it. So yeah, wow, we got it. Video's over. Get the fuck